All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to I'll name this segment later. GTG spits that grease, so on and so forth. Title forever in the works. No sponsor today and whatnot, and we're not going to sponsor it either. We're just going to go ahead and get right into it because I got like we got a bit of a load on us. Pause, and I need to go ahead and kind of square this up because it's my fault that we are behind schedule. In any case, if the title hasn't given me away yet, we are going to speak on DSP coming to the realization that he has failed at the June the King, at the June the King documentary going over the quartering. And with that being said, and I'll try to be brief about this, I don't know how he sat there and fucked up the easiest layup that he's probably been given in a while. First things first, let's go over the criteria of this nonsense before we get right into the bacon and eggs of the situation, if you will. So you said that you want to react to the June the King documentary about the quartering because that's the hot new thing right now because it is a continuing story. At the time that I'm recording this, Christy Mayer has been pulled into this shit. Brittany Venti's already been in the eye of it. Now she has to basically cut one of her friends down because she ain't fucked up. What's that? Friday Night Tykes has been dragged into this because Christy Mayer is linked to them and whatnot. It's turning into an entire mess. Like, there's going to be some casualties on this shit when this is all said and done. And all of this links back to the quartering, which is amazing. Anyway, so DSP wants to get his piece of the pie, basically. He says that he can't do the actual DSP stream, or he can't react to the documentary on DSP Gaming because people's videos have been flagged, channels have been flagged, both of those things are true, and he doesn't want to risk his primary source of income, even though it's not really DSP Gaming, it's just the platform that he begs on. Semantics. So he wants to go to DSP Reacts and react to it there, and then an edited video would be made. Now, when I initially heard that, I was like, okay, you're gonna sit there and try to play victim. If the stream does go down, I'm such a victim, blah 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 blah, and you were gonna milk that for everything it's worth in the edited video. Or if the video does stay up, if his stream gets struck down, he would cry victim. If everybody else keeps getting struck, or if even the June the King documentary itself gets struck, but DSP's rendition's still up, he thinks he would reap the benefits. What I didn't take into consideration, that's my fault. I didn't take into consideration that this fucking mongoloid would sit there and take the edited content, or whatever he's going to produce out of it, as edited content, and put it on DSP Reacts. Why would you do that? You haven't used the channel in over a year. It's a dead channel for all, with everything considered. Why you streaming over there? Fine, whatever. But you not putting the edited content on the main channel where all the other edited content is insane to me. It's edited, it's transformed. You could fight it and get it back, if worst case scenario, of course. So why didn't you do that? You have you have almost no momentum over there on DSP Gaming, but you have at least something. So at the time that I'm recording this, it hasn't even hit 2,000, the edited content, right? It hasn't even hit 2,000. He would have made that on the main channel. Would he have made 10,000 off of it? No. Would he have made 5,000? Probably not. But he made 3 or 4. Now it's over there at 1,500. Now he wants to quit. Well, he wants to quit editing, doing edited content for that channel, I should say. And here's the reality of that. Funny shit. Watch me work. Let me cook. He's kind of in a bit of a conundrum, if you will, because realistically, he could just take that edited video down on DSP Reacts, upload it to DSP Gaming, and then upload the edited video for the second stream that he's going to do and upload it there too. Course correct, if you will. But see, he won't do that because if he does, he has to admit that it's a failure and the channel's dead, despite the fact that everybody already knows that. And he doesn't want to do that. And he can't just go ahead and upload episode 2 onto the main channel now because, yet again, failure's failure no matter what it smells like. So he's stuck. He's basically stuck. So now he just wants to go ahead and just keep reacting to it because if not, detractors are going to laugh at him and say that he wage quit a reaction, a fucking documentary. And he's just got to live with the consequences, which is insane to me. Why would you even think it was a good idea to put it there anyway? And then on top of that, you've been saying for weeks that the reason why you've been spending this money on the edited content is to build DSP Gaming back up. Then all of a sudden, you thought, oh, I can hit 2 birds with 1 stone? I'm going to use the same sloth content, split it up, and try to build up both channels, basically try to build up both channels at the same time. So then instead of people saying, oh, look at him doing drama content to prop up DSP Gaming, you can say, no, I'm not. I'm doing it on DSP Reacts, and it's succeeding. That's what you really thought. You're a fucking mongoloid. Fucking mongoloid. Jesus Christ. All right, whatever. Whatever. I'll cut into him some more later. All right, let's get into the video, ladies and gentlemen. Just holy shit. Fucking mental midget monkey thinking that you can barely prop up a channel that you use consistently day in, day out. You thought you were going to be able to prop up a channel that you haven't used in over a year? All right, bro.
Want to talk about
shut up. All right, big ups to Raw Phil and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to Raw Phil. Oh man. But honestly, it makes his failure at this all the more sweeter, just because. So I'm grateful for that. But Jesus Christ, Phil, don't have a bit of business sense, business acumen, nothing, like at all. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're just a fucking loser, 44-year-old alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? Who got lucky and has been trying to ride that luck pretty much damn near the last 20 years. That's almost like what it is. Amazing. And yet there are still people out there, some of them detractors, that are willing to give you mercy. Not necessarily grace, but mercy. I'll never understand it. But as you've all heard, the road to hell is paved in good intentions. All right, here we go.
Want to talk about the future of content and what I'm doing this week. Notably, this week, all right, I am actually doing some different stuff with reacting. If you're not aware, back on Thursday night, I started a...
And then, weren't you called out for saying, hey, why are you going to do this over there on the reaction channel anyway when you can't promote it? Like, you're not very good at promoting, which is true, and whatnot, because he's not good at dealing with PR. And so on and so forth. So it's just going to die over there. What was the point of that? And what does DSP tell you? Oh, I get promoted. I have my social media. I have this channel here. I'll be able to push it just fine. And then I'm pretty confident he admits in this later that he failed. So what was it all worth? You ain't paid all that money to edit a piece of content so it could die on a dead channel. Insane, bro. Insane. It's like fucking Gouty Elden Ring around this bitch or some shit.
React project over on my DSP Reacts channel. If you haven't seen it yet, I did a 2 to 2.5 hour reaction to the Quartering documentary that was put out by June the King last week. And the reason I did this is twofold. Number one, I want to diversify my content and not always just be covering gaming. I do feel like if I'm just doing gaming 100% of the time, that the gaming stuff can start to get played out.
Interesting theory that's going around. I think I may have contributed to this myself. I didn't come up with it, but I've certainly come to this conclusion as other people have. He more than likely did this too to try to get Kino Casino's attention back, because he realized he needs them, whether jointly or whether in a more peaceful time or more adversarial. He needs them. So that's what people surmise. But PPP and Andy, respectfully, have both already come out and said, you contribute nothing to this, so there's no reason to give you any attention. You know what I'm saying? It's easier just to keep your eyes on the target, and then they can laugh at your failures later. So imagine being reduced to that shit. Even as a lol cow, everybody wants to pay attention to the birth, which even though the Quartering was always a lol cow. Same thing with, or at least he's definitely a fucking massive idiot. And we'll see where Christy Mares goes. But like, everybody wants to pay attention to the newly birthed lol cow and shit that's been shatted out. No one cares about you, Phil. You'll always be there. Let's go ahead and pay attention to our new bundle of joy and whatnot that's already shat itself in a Walmart, and we'll deal with you later. That's what you've been reduced to, Phil. It must hurt. I gotta tell you, it must hurt. Semantics. You'll live.
And a little boring. Although I do a variety of games, I try to mix it up and keep it interesting and cool. In my opinion, you want to try to branch out, particularly...
I don't know how UI fucking the chat to help you get through a game is actually interesting or entertaining, but semantics.
As I get older, I'm not just going to be able to play games full-time anymore. You understand that as you get older, you know, your hand-eye coordination tends to go.
You've already lost that. Just watch any of his old school Street Fighter streams, Marvel versus Capcom 2 in particular is a quite scrumptious a quite scrumptious suggestion if you're wishing for one. And you can already see where he's shot. You could already see where he shot. Unless he can prey upon a noob or a scrub, he's basically free lunch for everybody else and whatnot. He must be. It's actually in a lot of ways how he was the walking ATM back in his FGC days and shit. He's just like that for some of these newer guys who are making their way up, who know what they're doing, or even guys that are established who he don't know. They just treat him like a walking ATM. Instead of, though, any money, they're just taking what's left of his ego. Which is fitting, if you think about it.
And you're going to want to do other kinds of stuff. Now, in regards to the other factor, I was curious if I did a long-form react, how many people would care? Because I haven't done one in a long time, you know. Some of the most popular long-form reacts I've ever...
So wait, so you were planning... So his bullshit cover story about the shit getting struck down was never the thing at all. You were always planning on trying to build DSP reacts back up. And you still failed. That's amazing.
Right? Although I do a variety of games, and I try to mix it up and keep it interesting and cool. In my opinion, you want to try to branch out, particularly as I get older. I'm not just going to be able to play games full-time anymore. You understand that as you get older, you know, your hand-eye coordination tends to go, and you're going to want to do other kinds of stuff.
Wow.
Now, in regards to the other factor, I was curious if I did a long-form react, how many people would care? Because I haven't done one in a long time. You know, some of the most popular long-form reacts I've ever done were to documentaries on Wings of Redemption, reacting to things that were dramatic that happened in my past, like my own documentary by...
So, lol cow drama content. Oh, wow. That must hurt to admit that, Phil.
June the King, or to that Review Tech documentary years ago. And so...
And yet, you still aren't man enough... Excuse me, not that you're much of a man anyway, and I use that term loosely. You're still not man enough to go ahead and go over the low-tier God fucking documentary. That's fucking fascinating. And the thing is just in case you guys don't know the story, DSP asked LTG back then if he was okay with doing it. LTG said no, which I don't know why you would care to ask him anyway, but LTG said no, there's a bunch of falsehoods in it, whatever. DSP said, okay, fine. Then DSP basically was like, well, if I'm not doing this, you owe me. We should do something together. And LTG was like, yeah, no, fuck you. So, and that's yet again another reason why DSP obsesses about him. But I'm starting to think that early on DSP wouldn't do it because he was scared that LTG was gonna strike him. But LTG ain't striking you over the Red Dale content you've gone over, or the LG content. So why won't you go after the June the King doc? It makes you think.
Being more than a year removed from this kind of content, I was curious how this would be, you know, received. Well, here's what happened. The stream itself did pretty good. We had decent attendance, okay, good engagement, and pretty good support. But admittedly, as I even said immediately after we had done that React stream on Thursday, it really was a smaller group of individuals who had supported it. It was like a few people coming over from Kick and we're being a little, you know, dramatic. And there's some other people who liked it too, tipping and stuff. And that's good, by the way, for the record. I am happy that there were people who liked it. But it's like, overall, would people care about it in the long term? You know, would it get views? Would it get some traction on the internet? That Phil is reacting to this thing in a different way from his perspective. And would it continue to get any kind of views and support, right?
And here's the thing, too. If we go off his logic that he tried to put it on the Reacts channel because he's trying to build the Reaction channel back up, even the videos that are on the main channel barely get views. So why do you think even 2, 3, 4,000 views on an edited piece of content would resurrect DSP Reacts? Why would you think that? It's almost like he's desperate and he's grasping at straws.
And so, I let it go for a couple days. The Raw stream is live on the channel DSP React.
I think the Raw stream actually has more views than the edited content, which is kind of funny. if you think about it.
As well as a special edited version that my editor worked on. Added in effects and transitions, added in supplemental content so that it's more digestible. They took that 2+ hour react and cut it down to around 45 minutes. Okay? To be honest with you, I went crazy basically trying to promote this thing, and here's why. Because I am putting a lot of investment into these kind of clips. Okay? I am.
Oh, there's the chair shake.
Spending money on them, and I'm hoping that this will try to get my content to some extent into the algorithm again. Not only just for gaming stuff here on this channel, but hopefully the reacting stuff maybe for a different reason, because it would sure be cool if people would check me out here for the gaming stuff, but then over there for other kinds of content, right?
But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because you're literally saying that you're damn near out the door when it comes to gaming content anyway. So why wouldn't you keep the reaction content on the gaming channel with all the other edited shit, and then when you're ready to make that transition over, like right before you're ready to make that transition, then you could start adding more to the reaction channel. Like, why would, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that didn't seem like a decent idea too. You can even mirror your videos through playlists onto another channel. People do that all the time. Fucking A. One of my favorite actual playthrough guys, fucking Cash Money, did that. He did that for years. He did that before people even saw the value in doing it. He had been doing it. So I don't know. I don't understand why that didn't pan out. It sounds like you're stupid and you went ahead half-cocked, no pun intended, and you failed miserably. And his face kind of tells the story, to be honest with you, which is fitting and funny.
Yeah, it's not working. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I am going to be honest. It didn't work at all, all right? The edited video, I'm not even kidding, as of now, I think has like 1,400 views in 2 days.
On a channel with what, over 30,000? Well, no, it probably doesn't have that many now. It's probably somewhere between like 25 and like 29,000 subs or whatever. I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked over there.
Yeah, that's not good. I tried. I think, for the record, I think the video is superb. I think the video is very well done.
Yeah, you think all your slop is well done, so that means nothing. That's not going to encourage a dent to be like, oh, well, DSP thinks it's good, I should run over there and watch it. No, stop that.
Supplemental stuff put in, the memes that are put in, it's a very...
You say that detractor content is bullshit, misleading, outright lies, whatever, and there's plenty of dents that have flocked over to watch that. So you would think you would have learned.
Good video. But I guess in this case, not every single video is going to work, particularly on a channel like that, where sadly the content isn't getting pushed into the algorithm. On this channel...
But yet you said that you started doing edited content on this channel, DSP Gaming, to get it back into the algorithm. And according to him, it's not true. But according to him, it's not true. But according to him, he said that it is back in the algorithm, that his videos are circulating. So instead of doing the common sense thing and put the edited video on DSP Gaming with the rest of the edited slop, you decided to put it on a dead channel and thought that you were going to get a different result than everybody else said that was going to happen. Well, everybody who thought that may have thought ahead. I didn't think he would have done that. I thought the edited content was going to go right on DSP Gaming with everything else. I'm shocked he did that shit. Shocked.
Okay, in the last...
That's really just his ego talking, though, too. It's not just the greed, and it's not just the ignorance. It's his ego. So, now that I think about it, it's kind of fitting.
Couple of months, I've had several different videos that have gotten some traction and gotten pushed into the algorithm, and people have been able to find DSP Gaming again. They're saying it's getting recommended, you know? But sadly, I hate to say it,
you were greedy and you were stupid. Gotcha. That shit must hurt. And these pauses are amazing, but that shit must have hurt. And it's funny too, because the face that he has there and then the face on his shirt kind of match each other if you think about it. The disappointment is apparent, to say the very least.
Yeah, it just didn't work this time. Now the stream itself started off with only around 1,000 to maybe a little bit over that of viewership in views, and now I think it has almost 3,000 views. So people did actually go watch the archive stream.
Wow.
More than they actually watched the highlighted video, and that kind of made me scratch my head, because I definitely think the highlighted video is better. I'm not sure why the stream ended up getting more views overall, That's really confusing because take a look at my raw content on this channel. It's kind of the opposite, where the highlighted videos are getting tons of views and the raw content doesn't really get that many residual views, notably.
And yet and so you didn't think that, hey, let me put the edited content over here where at least getting some traction. It's still nothing, but it's a little more than zero, but it's still nothing. You thought it was a good idea. You didn't think it was a good idea to put the edited stuff on the channel where you're getting some exposure, for good or bad. You thought just go ahead and flop everything over on the dead channel and see what happens. Damn, you're stupid. Holy shit. You need to be in a group home. Like what Clint, fucking JFS's father, King Cobra. What Clint should have done to Cobra, because Cobra would probably be alive if he did that. That's what fucking Linda and Dave should have done to DSP. They should have put his ass in a home. He can't function in society. He's not meant to. Jesus.
We have gameplay and stuff like that. So I'm not sure, but here's the thing. Tonight we're doing it again, part 2 of this react. If people keep showing up and engaging and supporting the streams, then I will continue doing this react project all week. The thing is, this documentary is long. It's like 3.5 hours long. That's
your own fault too. You trying to fucking stretch this out for 4 days is another reason why it's failing. So, but then again, that's his fault. He don't understand pacing or none of that bullshit. He likes to say strike while the iron's hot a lot, but I don't think he really understands what it means.
And the first night we got through about an hour. Tonight I expect to probably get through another hour. And then if that does well, then I'll probably do it again on Tuesday night. And then we'll probably end up wrapping up on like Thursday night. Okay? So this will be like alternating nights for me, where instead of streaming here, I'll be streaming over on the DSP Reacts channel, getting through this documentary, kind of doing my final thoughts on that Thursday or whatever. Okay? Now, I'm totally cool with that. But based on the, reaction to the edited video, I don't think I'm going to move forward with those. I thought it was a good experiment to try a different kind of edited video on that channel, but it really didn't get any kind of attention.
He should just take the hit and put it on, he should just take the hit and put it on the fucking second channel. Or sorry, and put the edited version onto DSP Gaming. He should just take the hit. He won't because he's stupid and his ego's too goddamn big and whatnot. And as I've told you, DSP will sacrifice money for his ego, but he should just take the hit and put part 2 on the fucking second channel. I mean, on the main channel. He should just do it clearly and whatnot. But then again, this might be one of the dominoes to be knocked over to where he's getting to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm ready to just wage quit, for the lack of a better term, edited content altogether. So you, ladies and gentlemen, you may have seen the first domino actually drop on this if you think about it. So, that's a good thing.
I tried my best to promote it on Friday streams and post it on social media. Yeah, it just didn't work. I do want to say thanks to those who did hype it, because there were some people who hyped the video, and I'm sure that actually did have an impact, but to be honest, it's not worth it to invest the amount of money and stuff that I'm putting into the edited videos for it to get 1,000 views. Like, that didn't help the channel at all in any way. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you understand. What I will do is I will keep doing the streams this week and leaving them live so people can watch the stream archives, much like I always have done on that channel in the past for my other React projects. I'll make a playlist that has all of the streams in it so people can watch them in order if they want. But I do hope that people will come out and continue to check this project out this week. If they do, it'll give me more motivation and incentive to probably keep doing this kind of content in the future. Okay? We'll see.
But the thing is no one cares, though, because you've already proven that if you try to do reaction content anywhere besides the main channel, it's going to die. So what's the point? You might as well just keep doing everything on DSP Gaming. And then, truth be told, too, quartering wasn't going to strike his stream, nor his edited video. DSP is the last thing that quartering's thinking about. He's the last thing that Christy Mayer's thinking about. It's the last thing that Melanie Mack is thinking about. Did you know Melanie Mack is like 40? Or she's about to be 40? Jesus Christ. I didn't realize she was that old. And then, like, there's a picture of her circulating from, like, 10 years ago. And she looks older there than she does now. Like, wow. Anyway. So, there's a thing. Oh, and then it came out that fucking Christy Mayer has been striking down channels herself. And been for a while. But I thought you were a free speech activist. That's what she says on Friday Night Tykes. Anywho, whatever. Sorry, there's just all kinds of fuckery going on in that bullshit. So anyway, you're nothing. You're nothing in this whole equation. Why would the quartering go out of his way to strike you? Why would any of the quartering minions go out of their way to strike you? They've got much bigger fish to fry. So you gambled and you lost twice. Twice. All you had to do was do your bullshit reaction over there on the fucking that dead ass channel and put the edited content over here and collect your 2,000, 3,000 views. And you somehow found a way to fuck that up. Because you're a fucking idiot. Doing this shit for 18 years, supposedly you're supposedly a mature adult with a business degree, and you still ain't figured out jack shit for jack shit. And remember, Phil, this is how you and Kat put food on the table. Well, DoorDash on the table, I should say. Or DoorDash on the doorstep. Whatever. Like, you're too old to be gambling like this. You realize that, right? You're too old to be gambling like this. Not to say that 44 is old, but you're 44 and then the standard 44 is completely different. DSP's 44 is like 84. He's too old to be doing dumb shit like this. You're wasting time and money. And yeah, he'll at least make some of this back when he writes it off on his taxes later, but let it go. You know what I'm saying? You were never YouTube popular or internet popular, and you never will be. Just accept it. Everybody else has. Whatever.
We'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully you guys will come by tonight. So the stream will start around 7 p.m. Pacific time. The actual React will start around 7:30 p.m. over on my DSP Reacts channel. That's at DSP Reacts, okay, on YouTube. And we're going to be now getting into the part of the documentary that actually covers the quartering when he becomes the quartering. Beforehand, it was all an hour of his backstory of the different projects and things he did on YouTube. But now he's a...
Don't dismiss that shit, because that right there leads into why he is the way he is now. But of course, you don't see the value in any of that shit. You're so worried about the name quartering and thinking that's going to elevate you, when you skipping out on the backstory is the problem. That's the reason why he doesn't like his own lore, because there's too much in there that telegraphs what he eventually ended up being. Well, he ended up becoming, I should say, even though in reality, he never changed. You know what I'm saying? Like a Fallout NPC, he never, or just like war in general, war never changes. DSP never changes either. So same concept.
Officially getting into the quartering channel, and we're going to see the story of that. Okay? It should be pretty good.
What an idiot. Jesus Christ. Completely missed the point.
All right.
All right.
And that's all I have to say about that. It's out of the way. I'll see you tonight over there. I hope you'll make it. Okay? Now.
All right. Fuck off. All right. So there you go on that, ladies and gentlemen. That's, there's the failure of the June the King doc or react to the quartering situation. And he's only on, well, at that point he was at part 2. Haven't seen part 1 yet. I'm sure part 2 has failed. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just watch it all on stream in one big bulk or some shit. I don't know. We'll see what we do with that. But it's very clear that it's already failed. And literally, I mean, of course it was always going to be DSP's fault. But in this particular situation, he made a stupid move. He got too greedy. He overreached. And you would think for someone who's been on YouTube as long as he has, he would be able to gauge a situation. He really thought the quartering situation was gonna fucking, I don't know, somehow resurrect DSP Reacts? Are you looking at the fucking views on DSP Gaming? Oh man, that's fantastic. I'm talking about the easiest alley-oop he's been given in a long time. Not a stimulus package, but the easiest alley-oop that he's been given, and he still found a way to fuck it up. And you want to know the reason why? Because he had no one hand-holding him. He had no direction. When he's left up to his own fucking devices, he'll always screw himself. Always. Always. Phil Burnell fucks up Darkside Phil. Darkside Phil fucks up DSP. And it's just a constant circle. And then DSP fucks over Phil Burnell. And it's just over and over again. It's the vicious cycle. And he can't figure it out. Amazing. But yet people should go to him for internet and YouTube advice. People should go to him on how you should conduct your content and what works and what doesn't. Because he's been around for 18 years, failing. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And take care of yourselves and whatnot. Just take care of yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been, I'll name this segment later, GTG Spits That Grease. And remember, lol cows are not people and whatnot. Keep your boot on their motherfucking neck and keep the pressure on it all night and keep applying. Take care of yourselves. Just take care of yourselves. Later.